Hello party people, this is your video that I forgot to make like all of last week and now here it is. Okay, so this is thesis, statement, writing practice. Again, on the front was pretty straightforward. You are actually answering the prompt and giving 2 reasons. Don't look at that, I will crop that up. Oh my gosh, what was I saying? Okay, yeah, so pretty straightforward. You were actually answering the prompts on the front. So this is the front of the page, right, which has the argumentative prompts, and it's only 5. So like, can animal testing be ethical? And you would say yes or no. Animal testing cannot be ethical, or it can be ethical because, and you give your 2 reasons. And then same thing through for the rest of them. Make sure that you have restated your prompt, because if not, you will lose points. You got to restate your prompt. If for the very first one you said no because reason 1 and reason 2, or yes because reason 1 and reason 2, you're losing points. You got to restate your actual prompt question. That is for any question that you answer ever. Restate the question. Restate the prompt, okay? All right, scrolling down, because for the most part, everybody kind of got this. It's really the back that people were struggling with. So let me see if I can zoom this in even more. Yes, I can. Okay, so I think we did this one together in class, question mark. So you were creating templates. You're creating templates for these prompts. These are literary analysis prompts. And for the most part, I think you will see them again. We are going to read the stories. We'll definitely read Lambs of the Slaughter. I think this year we'll read Antigone. Last year, some people read The Necklace, some people didn't. I think we are going to read Trifles, and then we may or may not read Scarlet Ibis. I'm not exactly sure yet for you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. But we can answer this question by using a template, because have we read Scarlet Ibis, Trifles, Lambs of the Slaughter, and Antigone? Right? The stories, the actual stories? No, we have not read them. We have not read them. I do not expect you to have read them. If you have read them before, let me know. But for the most part, you guys have not read this. And I'm like, okay, answer it. And you're like, I don't know how to answer it. I promise you do. I promise you do. We're creating templates. You should not have read these stories, right? I do not expect you to have read these stories. So what we're going to do. Here's our question. How do the characters in the story develop the theme in Scarlet Ibis? So we know Scarlet Ibis is our story, right? And look at the rest of our question. Do we know who the characters are? No. Do we know the theme? No. So that's what we're going to do first. Go through and we're going to see our literary devices. Do we know them? So over here, what motivates the protagonist to act in Trifles? Do we know the protagonist? No. Do we know what motivates them? No. We actually need to know what motivates them in order to answer this question. But we don't know it right now, right? So we're going to highlight it. How does Roald Dahl's tone, this is the author, by the way, tone and Lambs of the Slaughter help develop a theme? Do we know the tone? No, we don't know it. Do we know the theme? No. Do the last 2. How does the conflict in Antigone reflect the context of the time in which the story was written? What do we know in here? What do we not know? And then this one looks so scary. It looks so scary. In the story, The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant, many characters make mistakes and jump to faulty conclusions. However, the situations they go through give us insights into our own lives and experiences. After carefully reading The Necklace, write a multi-paragraph essay discussing one important lesson that you learned as a result from reading the story. Use details and examples from the text to support your interpretation. So scary. Where's the actual prompt? It's 1 sentence. Take a look. Guess. I'm leaving you time to guess. Where's our prompt? It's 1 sentence. What do they actually want you to do? Did you guess? Do you hear that dog? Sorry. Anyways, here it is. After carefully reading The Necklace, write a multi-paragraph essay discussing one important lesson that you learned as a result of reading this story. Here's our actual prompt over here. Okay? Now, from that prompt, use your highlights, etc., or underline. What do you know and what do you not know? Do you know the lesson? Okay. So, figuring out what we do and don't know from each of these things, right? Because you have not read it. Now we're going to answer it. You're like, oh my gosh, how do we answer it? Very simple. Think about how you would answer this question if you did know it. If you had read it, how would you answer this question? It says, how do the characters in the story develop the theme of Scarlet Ibis? You'd probably say something along the lines, you're like, okay, I think I'm going to answer this. You'd probably say something along the lines of, the characters in the story develop the theme of Scarlet Ibis by... And that's exactly what we're going to do, everybody. We're going to hit them with that. But our parts that we don't know, so our things that we highlighted up here, we're going to put in brackets. And remember, brackets are things that you can substitute in, right? It's like y equals mx plus b. You can substitute in for the x for a number. You can substitute y for a number. You can substitute b for a number. Same idea. You can substitute whatever it is in the brackets. So we're going to say the... And we don't know our character's name, so we're going to say characters. Oh my gosh, if I could spell. In, and we're talking about Scarlet Ibis, so we're going to say Scarlet Ibis. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Okay. And we're going to say develop the theme of, do you know the theme? No! Put it in brackets. Theme of blank, right? It's like put in a blank. Theme of blank by, and we could say reason 1 and reason 2. You could put reasons and analysis. You could put reason just by itself. Whatever you need to. This is our answer. This is our answer right here. This part. Right? We don't know the characters. We don't know the theme. We don't know the reasons. If you were to actually read the Scarlet Ibis, you could substitute in whatever you needed to in the brackets in order to make an actual thing. Does that make sense? So like, if you saw this later on in the year, you could say, okay, the character Doodle in Scarlet Ibis helps develop the theme of kindness by listening to his brother and trying his best. Right? We're placing the actual things in our brackets, but right now we don't know them, so we're just putting the brackets. We are making a template. Okay, so we're over here again. What motivates the protagonist to act in trifles? All right, how would you start answering it? We're probably going to say, okay, this thing motivates the protagonist to act in trifles by, right? So we're going to put bracket, a reason. Something is motivating him, right? Motivates. Do you know the protagonist? You could honestly put the protagonist, but for the most part, we're going to put a bracket around protagonist because they probably have a name. In trifles. Oh my gosh. I'm struggling typing, guys. I don't type on this computer. I play games on this computer. By reasons. Reason 1, reason 2. Right? Here's our answer. It is very simple. It is simple. You are taking what you don't know and putting it in. Okay, try this one. Again, Roald Dahl is our author. Lambs to the Slaughter is the story. You don't know tone. You don't know theme. If you were just going to answer it, just answer the question. You don't have to say, I don't know the theme. I don't know the tone. That's okay. You don't have to know it. Put it in your brackets. How would you answer it? Take a second. Try it out. Write it down. Look at you. You're doing so good. Oh my gosh. Did you start it with Roald Dahl or the tone in? Or the theme that is developed in by this tone? And did you put theme and tone in brackets because you don't know them? And did you like put reason 1 or reason 2 or like reasons or analysis or haha? Do you know what I mean? And that's how we do this. This is how we create these templates. Try the last 2 by yourself. See what you got. Remember, number 14. These are also like definitely numbered wrong, by the way. This was supposed to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it definitely goes 6, 7, 11, 13, 14. So 14 because I put it wrong. I will fix it for next year. Haha. Remember, this is the actual prompt. This up here is to help you kind of know what was going on. And this down here is to make sure that if you were to actually write in an essay, you are putting in text evidence, right? But again, we are not writing a multi-paragraph essay. Do not write me a multi-paragraph essay. Don't do it. I'm not going to read it. Don't do that. You are writing a template thesis statement only. And it's a template. You do not have to actually answer what the lesson was. I know some of you have read the necklace, but a lot of you have not. So give me a template, like how we did it up here, and how we did it right here, and how it's an example up here. Give me a template. Don't give me the actual answer. I don't want the actual answer. Give me the template for the answer. Okay? If you got questions, let me know. If you have Remind, I think you can honestly message me through Remind as well. You can always send me an email send me an email, message me through Remind if you got questions. This is due tomorrow on Tuesday, September the 3rd. Be good and turn it in. I'm going to send a Remind. If you get the Remind and you see this video, tell your friends about it. Tell your friends that do not have Remind, and then tell them to sign up for the Remind so that way they know when I'm doing things, because I will send it through Remind. Okay, yeah. Yay! Bye, guys. I hope you do good on this, and I hope everybody gets a 100. A lot of people have gotten a 100. The people who have not gotten a 100 didn't restate their answers here. I'm staring at you, just by the way. Okay.